My name is David Vobora. I'm a retired NFL linebacker and the founder and CEO of the Adaptive Training Foundation, which is the space that we're sitting in right now. It is a nonprofit gym, an innovative nonprofit gym, and we provide cost-free training for people with disabilities, many of which are veterans and first responders, but also civilians, people who have experienced spinal cord injuries through car accidents or neurological diseases. We bring them here. Everything is cost-free. We house them, we feed them, we train them. And as a unit, as a class, they go through with other peers that have had physical impairment, and they process through a 9-week course that's called the Redefine program, where they get to redefine their lives through new tools, new habits, and new community. I learned kindness and compassion through my parents. When I was a kid, we used to go to church, and on the way to church in our old van, we would pick up homeless people, we'd pick up people with disabilities. And I remember being maybe 8 or 9 years old, and after church we had to go to a car wash and clean off the seats because one of those people had an accident. And I remember cleaning the seat and looking at my mom and saying, like, you know, this sucks, why do we do this? And she said this, she said, compassion is never convenient, it always interrupts. And the opportunity to be kind when you're interrupted shows that you're human, that you can be humane to humanity. And as a 8-year-old kid, I realized, like, man, it's about being willing to recognize the humanity in someone else, even if their skin color is different, even if their background's different, even if you have nothing on paper in common. You know, there's a lot more similarities than differences if we can be kind to each other. I'd say the number one thing that I want you to know about the Adaptive Training Foundation is that the victim mentality doesn't do anything for anyone, right? To me, the only disability truly is a fixed mindset. If you have a growth mindset and aren't looking for reasons why it's not your fault, if you're willing to just own whatever it is and step into that ownership with truth and honesty, then you have the opportunity to change the narrative that you feel like you're suffering from. And it's only when we stop pitying people and having sympathy that we can realize that they can actually step into their actual calling. And that's why we believe in people until they can believe in themselves. Kindness is really the core of all of this. You know, it's really about, if you treat someone broken, they act that way. If you look somebody in their eyes, you treat them like a whole person, they show up. And I think that, you know, kindness is a two-way street. But first, you have to be responsible for lending it on your side of the street. Not having an expectation of other people, but I think as you do deal hope, as you do deal kindness, then there's this sort of equalizer. There's this energy that comes out, and that attraction, the law of attraction, actually brings more back into your life. So it's really cool for our athletes that come here to participate, then they graduate and they have an opportunity to be hired back as trainers. And that's really cool, one, because not only was this cost-free for them to participate, but then we're able to pay them to be able to pay this service forward. And I think that the kindness that you'll witness inside of this gym doesn't always look super kind. Sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes it's, hey, look, you came here for a reason. Don't balk at this opportunity to step over that line into uncertainty to grow. And that's, I think, the core source is you have to come with a kind heart and realize that, like, we're all humans, we all deal with pain, we all deal with scars, but when we are part of a collective, we realize that there's a whole lot of hope and a lot of merit and a lot of kindness that happens as being part of the community together.